We've got one more year and then Grand Prix motor racing will never be the same again. That's because my next guest announced last week that he's going to retire from the commentary box to spend more time, presumably, shouting at his garden. Ladies and gentlemen, Murray Walker! So, how's it going to feel then, that morning when you wake up and someone else is doing the commentary?
It's not going to feel good, Jeremy, actually. I will have been doing it 52 years then, which is a hell of a long time. I enjoy every second that I do when I'm on the air and when I'm off the air. It's a fabulous life. And I don't think I'm going to enjoy having somebody else do what I regard as my job, but sooner or later you have to stop.
For me, I have to say that your greatest value in a Formula One race, which is what you're best known for, is that when it has settled down into a procession, is that I'm thinking, well, I'll go and get a cup of tea, you know, or make a sandwich or something, and you're going, I think, what's he seen? What has he seen that I haven't yet seen? And that's
there is no such thing as a dull Formula One race. There is... There is always something if you know where to look to be excited about.
I've looked.
It may be well, you couldn't have looked very hard. It may be the battle for 5th place. It may be the battle for 7th place.
No, well, I'm still a fan, I have to say, because I wait with bated breath. You know, you wait for Michael Schumacher to lose, don't you? That's the thing.
No. Wrong. At least 50% of Britain seems to think that Michael Schumacher is an evil kraut. I'll
go with 75% here.
Here is the truth. He is an extremely nice guy. I have interviewed him many times since he first made his mark in Formula One in 1991. And he's also one of the finest drivers the world has ever seen, and in my opinion will probably go on to be the finest driver the world has ever seen. And the British public ought to give him due credit for that.
I agree. He's not an evil kraut. He's not evil. Now, one thing, when I'm sometimes presented with a baby, you know, somebody's had a baby and you look at it and think, God, that's ugly. You know, you have to find something nice to say about pretty hands, what a lovely T-shirt it's wearing or something. Do you ever think that with some of the drivers? You know, this guy is completely incompetent, but I have to find something nice to say.
Some I like more than others, obviously, because all people are different. But I like them. They are genuinely my heroes, Jeremy, because I'm a frustrated racing driver. I didn't want to be a commentator. I wanted to be Nigel Mansell or Damon Hill or Sterling Moss or James Hunt.
Really?
I wanted to be the guy behind the wheel.
So you're not going to be rude about them because they are doing what
probably.
Even the
subconsciously. Yeah, I admire and respect what they are and what they do.
Because, of course, when James Hunt joined you in the commentary box, he wasn't terribly flattering.
I didn't have a very good impression of James at the time. I regarded him as a drunken hooray Henry because, I mean... To be honest,
and more than drunk sometimes.
That's what he was at the time. And the first commentary we did together was at Monaco in 1980. James arrives, as usual, about 3 minutes before the race begins. He had a half-consumed bottle of rosé in his hand, which he then totally consumed, and the producer sent out for another one. Now, I was old enough to be James's father. It would be difficult to imagine two people who were more different in terms of temperament and background. And it took us a long time to knock the edges off each other and get to know each other. But
you nearly hit him once.
Yeah, that was at the British Grand Prix in Silverstone, and I always stand up to commentate, you see. And James used to sit down, sort of like this. And we had one microphone between the two of us, and we had to literally pass it backwards and forwards. That's to stop you over-talking.
Oh, right, OK.
It's very reasonable. But I was standing there chattering away, and James had had enough of this. So he catches hold of the wire, gives it a tremendous tug, and the microphone flew out of my hands into his, and he laconically starts commentating. And I was absolutely incandescent with rage because the adrenaline was pouring out of me and I was suddenly cut off short. And I actually had my fist back. His head was down. I actually had my fist back to thump him. And the producer was a chap called Mark Wilkin, and I looked across the box and Mark was going,
Don't hit your fellow commentator.
So I didn't.
Have you ever tried commentating on anything else?
Paul Fox, who was the great Sir Paul Fox, rang me one day and he said, "Are you doing anything on Saturday, Murray?" It was my wedding anniversary, actually. I said, "No, Paul, no, nothing, nothing in particular." He said, "Well, I want you to go to Bristol and commentate on the Great Britain versus the Commonwealth weightlifting championships." And he said, "Don't say you don't know anything about weightlifting, because nor does anyone else, and you've got until Saturday to find out." So I got the telephone directory, and there's a thing called the British Weightlifting Federation. I phoned them. I said, "Who's in charge?" Oscar State was the man who's in charge. I get on to him. I said, "I seem to have mislaid my handbook, Oscar. Can you send one round to me?" Which he did. I phoned home, and I said, "Have we got a broom handle, dear?" "Yes," my wife said. "Why?" I said, "I'll show you when we get back." And I spent... You told me this was a family show. Well, anyway, I spent the evening practicing the press, the snatch, and the jerk, which are the three ways.
You're heading into murky, deep water.
But the thing I have always wanted to commentate on more than anything else, you're going to laugh at this, is snooker.
I'm not going to laugh, because I've got a microphone here.
Oh,
OK? Can you take that, a proper microphone?
Yeah.
And we've got a clip here of some snooker. And I'd like you to give it the Murray Walker treatment.
Can I stand up? Because I always stand up.
No, do. By all means, stand. By all means. Can we run this clip, then, and let's have Murray's interpretation of it?
And here we are, that's Ronnie O'Sullivan, and this man is absolutely sensational. He's using the special high-grip chalk on his cue, and that cue itself is a very high-tech piece of equipment. Now, watch him. Which ball is he going to hit? He's going to hit the white ball, and he's going to hit straight on the yellow ball, and back goes the cue, and slam! He's missed it! He's missed it! Fantastic!
That was great. There have been some fantastic Murrayisms over the year, if I can call them Murrayisms.
And of course you have them there, Jeremy.
Yeah, no, I've been trawling through them. This is a good one. It's a sad ending, albeit a happy one here at Montreal. Or a mediocre season for Nelson Piquet, as he is now known and always has been.
Well, stop. Can I? Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, because I've seen these things printed umpteen times, I feel I owe you an explanation. Nelson Piquet's real name is Nelson Piquet Sotomayor.
Yeah.
And he chose to drop the Sotomayor so that his parents didn't know he was racing and call himself Nelson Piquet. So what was that again? Will you read that one again?
A mediocre season for Nelson Piquet, as he is now known and always has been.
Well, he's now known as Nelson Piquet as opposed to Nelson Piquet Sotomayor, and always has been, because he's never been called anything else. Have you got it?
And Mansell's in front of everyone in this race, apart from the two in front of him. I like that one, I have to say.
The car in front is absolutely unique, except for the one behind it, which is identical.
Is it hard to commentate? Do you sometimes think, oh, God, what have I
Well, you've
said?
just made me realise how difficult it is, actually, Jeremy.
Yeah. But nobody seems to mind. That's the important thing. There was a recent poll, wasn't there, in the newspapers, and 78% of people questioned said, we want you to stay on.
A couple of them had a go at me, and they did a poll, you know, should the old fool stay or should the old fool go? And 78% of them said the old fool should stay, so I was very happy about that.
Well, we've come up with our favourite Murrayism, OK? And I've had it framed. really because I wanted to say thank you for bringing so much entertainment and happiness for me, because I do love Formula One, over the years. Big thing was, though, who were we going to get it to present it to you? And there was no one else, really. The only man to leave you speechless. Damon Hill! What does it say?
Let me read this out first, mate. You better have a seat, actually. The Murrayism Award. And now excuse me while I interrupt myself.